I offer my respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and to all the exalted Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are on this call. Thank you very much for walking the earth. Hare Krishna. I'm updating the internet book distribution, which I'm very happy to do because major breakthroughs are happening all over the world. It's popping like anything, confirming that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this unprecedented opportunity to expand book distribution like it's never been expanded before. Thank you very much for your sincere endeavors to distribute my books widely. If you continue with such desire and determination, Krishna will give you all strength to increase more and more. So the power is coming from Krishna. We just have to try. And he supplies all the resources, the intelligence, and everything else. And we just have to be alacritous and really go for it, and the resources will appear. Our mottos: number one, never waste a good crisis. As you don't get them as often as you'd like, according to Queen Kunti, Vipara santatas hasvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yet set apunar bhavadarshanam. A good crisis comes every once in a while, and it's a time when a corridor opens up where we can exponentially increase in what we're doing, because it gives us a new perspective and all kinds of new resources and a new attitude in the world, and that's what we have right now. We're working on the basis of fail forward fast. We're trying everything and we're hitting it hard, and we're taking the feedback as fast as we can so that we can take advantage of this very short window of opportunity we have during the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's what's working, and working really well, as you're about to see. First is texting calling. You see in the left bubble? And if you're not speaking, please go on mute. Thank you. Texting calling is working. Devotees are starting wherever they can. They're calling friends. They're calling Sankirtan contacts. They're calling friends of friends, and they're also combing through social media and looking at people's profiles and then calling them. They're sending out care packages that include books, beads, prasadam, and so forth. And that's happening around, it's spreading all over North America. And I just got off the phone with the UK. They're doing it there too, very successfully. And there's also packaging, which I spoke about before, which is an overarching concept behind this. And that is that it's not just first contact book distribution, they buy the book and we're done. But we make the package so that once they come in contact with us, they have a suite of services so that they can continue in their contact with devotees and the process of devotional service. So this includes, packaging includes putting sets of books together, like the so-called Shaptarishi, 7 books together. Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam are already a package. And then Bhakti Community, I mentioned last time, is something that's working extremely well. And it's also something that we're franchising, offering to devotees that want to do their own thing. We're teaching them how to do it, or if they want to team up with us temporarily or permanently, they can do that too. Whatever works. So calling contacts is fantastic. People are all home, and the telephone has become our new friend. Here's a call framework, just to keep it in mind how simple it is to call people. You just call and introduce yourself, make a positive connection with them, inform them about the online programs that we have going on, ask if they'd like to buy books, and I'll mention a couple of ways that's being done, but what we're finding is for those who are experienced, the most direct process is the best. Just ask them. Don't equivocate or beat around the bush. Just tell them we have books that we're offering for donations, and would you like to take them? And a lot of people do. There's also an indirect method, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, and ask for donations and ship contactless or ship ebooks or both. So that's the basic framework of calling. And actually, it starts a lot with texting first and making a little contact first through the text. So, some of the things that the devotees are telling people, they say, my child's volunteered. This is what I call the Girl Scout cookie approach. My child is volunteering for ISKCON to share the Srimad Bhagavatam this weekend with 2 families. Very successful. And once they say yes, then the kids do the presentation. And people, 90% of the time, they'll take books. Either a full set of Bhagavatams or a Shaptarisi, or at least Bhagavad Gita. Next, I'm volunteering for a project called Go Matsya, which hopefully all of you are familiar with. It's been going on for the last 4 years. My goal is to reach 10 families each weekend. That's an icebreaker. Or I'm volunteering for ISKCON, Transcendental Book Distribution Initiative, ... These are ways to introduce oneself that are very effective. Reaching out on social media. So social media is basically a waste of time unless we're using it as a pipeline to expand Krishna consciousness. And it's a huge pipeline. And here are some of the social media methods. Identify ripe fruits based on mutual friends and social profiles. So combing through social media and finding out, oh, there's somebody who looks good. How can I contact them? And there's lots of ways to get in touch. Connect by sending a direct message. For instance, on Facebook, you can do. Introduce yourself as a volunteer, sharing spiritual knowledge. Ask them contextual questions based on their profile. For instance, hey, I saw you live in British Columbia. You know, I visited up there before. How are things there? Or they went to a certain school, or they're interested in something or other, and then you can base your presentation on that. Next is to share the books, knowledge, photos, quotes, and links. So we're sharing a little bit of information about what's available, the benefits you can get from the books we have. We're also showing photos. You can text them photos and say, here's people who have received the books. That's very effective because people get them and then they send us pictures back with them holding the books and saying, thank you. And we send them quotes, any good quotes you can send, and links that we have to videos and things like that. We also have a flip book that we're using. Once people agree that they'd like to check it out, we say, hey, join me on a Zoom call. And they jump on the Zoom, and then we just show them the flip book. And that's a PPT. We're turning it into a short video that everyone can just use to show them the benefits of the books. To close the deal by taking donations, we have website platforms so that if somebody says, I'd like to give a donation, then say, okay, just join me on this website, and we can take your order. And we're there set up for taking credit cards or PayPal or any other means that they want to pay right from that platform. And then we package and ship them, and that goes without having any contact physically. Care packages is taking off. We mentioned it last time that we got together, and it was Toronto sending out care packages. But now it's starting to move, and the results are coming in from various places. Here's a short video from Brajananda Prabhu. Oops.
Hare Krishna, everyone. This is Brajananda Das.
Can you hear it?
I want to share with you all how my wife and I are distributing spiritual care packages to people all over the country. We developed a 7-step process that we believe that anyone could follow if they try. Step 1, contacts. Go through all your contact lists, Facebook, phone book, and try to find out those people that you believe who would be interested in receiving a spiritual care package. It could be old friends, people you went to high school or college with, or they could be people that you met at a program. Step 2, send a message. Say, hey, their name, long time. I'm checking in on all my friends to find out how they're doing during these times. How are you? Step 3, make that connection. Ask a few questions, see how they're doing, tell them how you're doing. The main thing is to have that connection. Step 4, big question. My wife and I are sending out spiritual care packages to all of our friends and family in these times. It includes books, beads, incense, treats. Would that be something you'd be interested in receiving? Step 5, the answer. If they say yes, awesome. Say something like, great, we just asked for a donation, whatever you'd like to help cover the contents and shipping. Would that be something you'd be able to do? If they reply, but they're not interested, you can say something like, no problem, I just figured I'd ask you too. The main thing is to leave a good impression. Step 6, receive the donation. At this point, you can tell them how they can make a donation. Facebook, PayPal, Venmo, etc. Step 7, packages. What we've been doing is, based on how much donation they give, we put together a package. So that package could consist of 3 books or 8 books, depending on how much they give. We also include meditation beads, a little card, Mahaprashadam treats, which is just nuts and fruit, and incense. And we also tie the books together with a bow and slide the card in there. It looks really nice. And the final step is glove up, mask up, make sure everything's sanitized, and go to the post office and send out your packages, media mail, around the country. We hope this has been helpful for you all. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a line at brajanandadas.rns@gmail.com or find me on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna.
I talked to Brajananda Prabhu this morning, and he confirmed to me that they're doing, they shipped out 50 books yesterday, and 3-day cycles. They're doing about 8 packs a week, and their week consists of 3 days. They do some calling 3 days a week, and then they ship everything out within those 3 days. And each time they're doing about 8 packs, which means about 50 books. And they're collecting donations for the packs range anywhere from $15 to $100. And he said that they're making quite a nice profit, and that they're getting lots of feedback when people receive the package, that they're very excited about it and very eager to stay in touch. Here's a couple examples. You can see the care package on the left. And here's Whitney says, I got my package right in time for Mother's Day. Thank you both so much. Going surfing now, sending love from California. Happy Mother's Day. You look so happy. Thank you. I am, and I was happy to get your gift. Another look at care packages here on the left, getting ready to go out. They're custom ordering the boxes they need. Again, I mentioned it last time, but Uline is your place for one-stop shopping for all your packaging needs. They're a fantastic company. I don't get anything from them, but I do recommend them. And you can see here, oh my God, is this it? I feel amazing. My heart is happy. They're getting lots and lots of nice feedback from people getting these packages when they go out. New York City, these are results for internet phone distribution over the last 4.5 weeks. New York City, 4,300 books, 214 sets. That includes Shaptarishi sets. Team ISV, 7,406 books, 97 sets. We've collected $29,757. And then Team LA, this is the score we have so far. Maybe need to be updated. We were trying to the last minute to get updates, but 526 books, 28 sets. I didn't get the Lakshmi for them. Team Toronto, 125 books in 2 days. This is a little different scale here because they're just talking about the last 2 days when they just caught fire on the internet. They collected $1,000 in 2 days, 125 books. Team Tallahassee, over the last 2 weeks, collected $600, 150 books. Team Houston, $230 over the last 3 days. And introducing calling parties, my favorite thing in the whole world. So this is it, as far as I'm concerned. This is the one of the major breakthroughs that we've made during this whole thing. This is how to make it fun and easy. And this is how we're going to blow this thing up to the moon. So this is how a calling party works. Now, if somebody's hesitant to distribute something or call anybody, we don't blame them because it's not so easy just to get on the phone and call people. Except the report is that after the first call, people start to catch fire because they realize it's no big deal. It's actually easier than going door to door on the street or anything like that. So here's what calling parties are all about. You see, we get hundreds of devotees on the call on a Zoom call at the same time, and then all of them are on mute while they're calling, but you can see everybody on the phone making their phone calls. And we also share lists. We do our organization right here from the Zoom. And to organize a calling party, all you have to do is set a time and promote it in your local community. Organize the logistics, which include share scripts. As soon as you give people a script and just say, all you have to do is text this, and then when they call, when they get back to you, just say this. You don't have to think up anything, just follow the script. Assign contacts. We're finding that temples, we have contacts from Janmashtami that go back 15 years. 15 years of contacts from Janmashtami. And we're starting with the most recent and going backwards, and they're fantastic. They're really good. And you can get them from many different places, and I can talk about that later. List payment options. As soon as you show the payment options, and then create pack. So you can have online classes. Your kids can learn Bhagavatam. You can, and if they're Westerners, they're unacquainted with Krishna consciousness, we have something for that too. So these are all the logistics for organizing. Make sure your team members have these in mind, and then start texting and calling and have a lot of fun. It's really a blast. Here's a little video, just kind of stylized from our 2-hour call we had over the weekend, which I'll show you the results of in just a minute. But here's just a taste for some of the devotees having fun on these calling parties.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Swati here from Dallas. So one contact, they will take Krishna book 4-volume set, and they are asking for one catalog for all the books available.
So two more sets, honey.
Which one is the case, baby? Mati, I was just wondering, they said that they wanted to take a CC set. I was just wondering if, do we just ship it to their home?
Yes. Ah.
Okay. I'll just ask Prabhu for the address.
I'm so happy to send it to them. That's really wow.
Mother, she's recording this. I want to know how he did this CC. He did not let me record.
So that's just a snippet of the what a calling party's like. And in a couple of hours last week, this is what they did: 2 hours, 20 devotees, 16 sets of Srimad Bhagavatams, two CC sets, three Bhagavad Gitas, three Krishna books, and two Bhagavad Gita cases sponsored. They collected $5,070 in 2 hours. And what the devotees are telling me now, and by the way, that was Malini, you saw like in the middle, she's our co-Sankirtan leader here. And what she told me this morning is they never would have believed it, but this is preferable to going out. I mean, it takes an hour to get out to your spot and an hour to get back driving to the Sankirtan spot normally. But this way, there's no driving time, there's no gasoline, there's nothing, no, except just getting together in one place and reaching out. And it's much easier to contact people because door to door, where we do most of our sets, normally at least, 60-70% of the people aren't home. So what they're seeing here is a drastic increase in success rate. And we've just started. This is only 20 devotees on this call now. The other thing that's really working is offering people this bhakti community. I showed you the video last week, but what this is when they buy a set of Bhagavatams, they get a free 3-month subscription to bhakti community. And after that, then it costs something to be in there. You have to give at least $1 a month to be part of it. And people are giving a lot more than that. But we want to make the entry really easy. What they get here is ongoing training in Krishna consciousness. We have podcasts like Beginning Bhakti. We have this interactive Zoom call. We have Bhakti On. We have Sadhana On. They all have classes. We're going through the Bhagavad Gita regularly in a systematic way on Bhakti On. Sadhana On tells about how to make progress. You hold their hand as they're making progress in devotional service. So again, it's not just about selling the book, it's about our comprehensive follow through. And Bhakti On is a pioneering project. Lots of devotees are signing into this also from different places if they want to. And any profits that come from it, we give them back 50%. Or if they want to know how to set one up, some of our people can help them get their own started. If they want to invest in the infrastructure and get it going like that. And we have several takers already who want to do that. The idea is to scale this up everywhere, so there's a complete follow-up. You already saw this video, so I won't show it again, the Bhakti community, but it shows the process of getting involved. I really apologize for this picture. I asked them to get rid of it, but there wasn't time. But this is just one of the programs that we're doing for Western audiences called Spiritual Fitness. I got this testimonial yesterday. It's much longer than this, but it just came in last night. We gave an excerpt. This is a woman who joined the 21-day fitness challenge that includes body, mind, and spirit. And she said, I'm sorry, chanting the Hare Krishna, chanting the Hare Krishna. Chanting the Hare Krishna helped to clear my mind, created a kind of channel that I felt physically from the chest, down my spine, and through my core. It kept me disciplined in doing things like the gratitude journal and chanting. That's part of the fitness challenge. This vibrational energy helped to quieten and open my mind to carry on from there into a deep meditation. So lots of people are joining this. And this is just, I'm giving another sample of ways that we have a suite of services to offer people after they get the book. And while they're getting it, they're getting this as part of the package. Okay, here it is, the Continental Calling Party. It's coming up on 16th May. That's this weekend at 2 p.m. when everybody on the continent is invited to join in on the Zoom call. And if they just want to watch and see how fun it is and how everybody's doing book distribution from their phones, if you just want to hang out there and watch, that's fine. If you want to bring your own script, or you want someone to break off and coach you how to do it, they'll do that too. but it's going to be huge. Anybody who wants to get involved can call our co-Sankirtan leader, Malini, at this number down here. And we have plans to scale it up for a global continental calling parties at different times throughout the day. So people all over the world, devotees that is, are joined together and they're reaching out through phone, text, internet, all at one time within a 2-hour period. Imagine how we get 10,000 people joining us on Zoom and Facebook simultaneously, and everybody's doing one set of Bhagavatams. We'll do 10,000 sets in 2 hours, minimum.
Jeez.
Okay, then we've got for you the marathon, which is on now. You know this because I sent you this. I don't think anybody wrote me back yet, except for Badri Narayan Marsh. But this is happening now. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Marathon, distribute from home. All you need is a phone. It started on May 6th, which was Nrsimha Chaturdasi. It goes to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day on June 20th. This is the marathon that will change ISKCON because we're going to be able to open the pipeline for book distribution bigger than it's ever been opened before. And we're going to have a victory during this really strange thing that's happening all over the world that's going to lift the spirits of devotees all over the globe. Here's a short video. Again, I apologize for my presence. Hare Krishna, everybody. Get ready for the Bhaktivinoda Thakur Book Distribution Marathon. That's lockdown Sankirtan. You can distribute books from home. All you need is a phone. We're going to have calling parties so you won't feel any hesitation to join. It's going to be fun. People need this knowledge. Let's give it to them. And at the same time, we can develop a new pipeline through which millions of Srila Prabhupada's books will flow through the internet and by phone. It starts on the Nrsimha Chaturdasi and goes all the way to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day. Let's make something out of this crisis. Let's do really big on book distribution for Bhaktivinoda Thakur and help the world in a way that nobody else can. Thanks. Join us. I'll be there, and I can't wait to see you there too. It starts now. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, a quote from Prabhupada from the Bhagavatam: in executing penance, one must be determined to return home, back to Godhead, and must decide to undergo all types of tribulations for that end. Jai Srila Prabhupada. And any reflections or questions?